Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Dragon's Lair. My name is Brent. Today we're just going to go over a quick toy haul. I'm not going to drag this out too long, but at least I always say I'm not going to. But we're just going to show off just recent toys I've got, whether it's flea markets, yard sailing. A couple of them I did buy brand new, but most of this stuff is flea markets, thrifting, whatever yard sales. But we're going to start off with my most favorite thing I got. So this is a very cool looking box, but this is a 25th anniversary G.I. Joe box set here. Once you can see killer artwork right on there. You can see exactly who's in there: Cobra Trooper, Cobra Commander, Storm Shadow, Destro, and the Baroness. But sorry if I get a lot of glare here. Can't avoid the light out here. I'm out in the kitchen. But very cool. Very happy with this piece. I didn't pay a whole lot for this. Believe it or not, it was only like 30 bucks basically. So for 5 figures, 30 bucks still in box. I'm not going to complain even if it's 25th anniversary. But absolutely love that box. That is such amazing artwork. Absolutely love it. And we're just going to move right over here, which I did pick up. I'm not, sorry about the glare there. I'm not the biggest Funko Pop collector, but I do buy some of them, and I do like Wolverine. I'm a big Wolverine fan. Of course, everybody's outside making noise right now, so my dogs are going to start barking. But I was very happy when I saw this. This is like 20 bucks at Walmart, but I don't know if it was worth it or not. But very cool. I do not plan on opening this at all. Try to do this all one-handed here. But very cool. Riley, be quiet. I know we'll just move on. We'll go to this package next. I got this for 5 bucks at a thrift store, and I only bought it because of this He-Man figure. I don't know much about He-Man. I'm not the biggest He-Man collector. I got a ton of them though. But for 5 bucks. That package right there was pretty much worth it, which it had 5 figures in it. Buck a figure, I think it was 5 figures. Have no idea what this guy is. Knockoff G.I. Joe type figure. And I have no idea what these figures here are. I couldn't even begin to tell you. If anybody knows, hey, let me know, because I have no idea. They're kind of neat looking. Kinda. Pretty cool. Wish I had better lighting out here in my kitchen, but I don't. And I also got this Star Wars figure, which I'm pretty sure I probably have this guy. But if not, there's tons of these guys that look like this, so you can actually troop build with these leader guys. And then, yeah, I got this one yesterday. Got this package for 4 bucks. And believe it or not, everything in here is kind of beat up. You got a vintage Ninja Turtle missing an arm. A lot of it's beat up. Stuff that I don't even know what the heck this thing is. But I bought it because it had some Star Wars figures. And some of them, they're in okay condition. They're dirtier than anything. Some of the Star Wars figures are actually beat up now. This dude is like beat up. This is like the only Star Wars figure I think I had as a kid because Star Wars was the devil. But his like fingers are missing. I don't know if you can see it or not. Very good. Definitely beat up. I mean, the back of his feet. I know I'm not getting the best lighting out here. Bunch of stuff that I don't even know what this stuff is. I only bought it for the Star Wars figures. Bunch of dinosaurs. This one doesn't look like it's in too bad a shape. Same with this dude. He looks like he's pretty reasonable shape. But basically, I only bought it just for the three or 4 figures there. I think the 4 figures. I don't think this one was beat up. Yeah, this one's, if you look back at this one, you can see his butt's like all, maybe you can see it. I know it's dark in here. Beat up. And the rest of this stuff, I have no idea what this stuff even is. No idea. Probably just junk I'll donate back. Dinosaurs. Looks like maybe the back of a G.I. Joe here. Front of a G.I. Joe. That's kind of cool if that's the front of a G.I. Joe. I didn't even realize that was in there. I do have a gun. I don't know who the gun goes to. That's kind of cool too. Especially if it's vintage. Busted car in there and some other dinosaurs. But anyways, that was a cool little haul. And then I got this at a yard sale, which I believe this is like anime. My nephew's into anime, so I picked that up for him. It was only like $1. I got all these figures for $1. Nice little Funko Pop Batman here with Joker's head and a lantern. Oh, if I can hold on to it. This is the Batman Elite Fig. And then we also got a Miles Morales little figurine. Wish there was an easy way for me to show these off, but we're just going to do it this way. And then I got a bunch of knockoff Legos. Boy, can't hold nothing today. Like these are only, I think, $2 for all 5 of them. Nobody wants the knockoffs, I guess. I mean, they're Star Wars, so it's kind of cool. Pretty cool in my eyes. Then we'll move right over here to some flea market G.I. Joe finds. I don't even know these guys' names. These are all $3 a piece, which I picked them up because all their joints were actually tight. Hands, legs, everything like that. There was a couple other figures there that had busted crotches, which kind of goes against my "No Joe Left Behind" statement, but you know, or saying whatever it is. But you know, I can't get out all of them. You know, I'd like to, but you know, can't. And I also picked up, this is a Night Creeper from 1992. I don't know the 90s Joe's quite as good. No, I didn't pay the $15 you see on this either. I actually got it cheaper than that. I got a discount for buying a bunch of stuff off them, comic books and stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. Get some Joes I don't have. Then I also did some quarter bin digging at one of my thrift stores. Got a nice little Mario. Got a nice little Sonic. We got Vision. I don't even know what this thing is. Some kind of sits on something. And then at a yard sale, I got me a nice little Superman figure, which you know I'm not the biggest Superman fan. And we got a Batman. They were 50 cents a piece, so I figured why not. Then we got a nice little Mandalorian 10-inch figure, I believe it is. Not very, his arms move and that's about it, you know. But is what it is. And then we did get a couple more Funko Pops. These were at a yard sale. This was at a yard sale. It was like $1. Mad Hatter. And I got a Mr. Freeze, which I got that at Goodwill on a 50% off sale. So that's kind of cool. Of course, we got a nice little Spider-Man, which he is a push-button Spider-Man, and I believe his eyeballs lit up when he pushed it, but the battery's dead. And we also got a nice little shirtless Smurfette. They got away with that by putting her arms up, I guess. That and her lei that she has on. I don't know. Things they got away with when I was a kid in the 80s. And we also got a Scooby-Doo figure. And one of my favorites that we got was actually Captain Caveman. I absolutely love that. I'm thinking this is from the Scooby-Doo line back in the, I think it was either late 90s, early 2000s, somewhere in there. Can't remember the exact date of that. Then we also got a nice little Jerry from CinemaScope. I'm a huge Tom and Jerry fan. Swing around over here. And then got this out of a free bin. Always check your free bins at yard sales, because these are actual Legos, so I'm going to give them to my nephews. And I also got a Wookiee out of a free bin. Then we picked up a Roadblock from the G.I. Joe Classified, which I do have this in box. I haven't opened it or anything like that, but now I got a loose one. I don't have all his weapons loose, but that's kind of cool. I'm alright with that. Pretty cool though. And then, well, we did get a keychain too. That was just thrown in for free. And then these figures right here, I was at a yard sale, and the guy had a box there, and they all have prices on the back of them, like $10 and $5. And I was like, well, I ain't paying no $10 or $5 for that. And then they're like, hey, every figure in there is $1 a piece. Buy 5, get 1 free. So I picked out the 6 coolest ones I could find. Of course, we got a little Hobgoblin action here. Like I said, they're trying to sell it for $6. We got a Obi-Wan Kenobi, which both of these, Riley, be quiet. Both of these I do believe are G.I. Joes. They do, jeepers, if I could hold it right. They do say Hasbro on their feet. Usually it's on the inner leg, but I'm guessing these are like 2000s G.I. Joes. I don't know who they are. I don't know their names. Of course, we got my man Hulk Hogan. I wasn't big into wrestling at this time, you know, when he went over to the, what was it, whatever, WCW, whatever it was. I was all WWF when I was a kid. I did not care for anything else. I don't know what the heck this red thing is under his arm. Or I don't know. And then we got the vintage Brutus the Barber beefcake, which I remember these as a kid. And these things are like hard rubber. I remember me and my friend Kevin found, I think it was Hulk Hogan. I want to say it was Hulk Hogan up at the Don Gill School in Wellsboro in the Weeds. Wonder if he still has it. Maybe he does. He'll let me know if he does. And then the last thing I got was I opened this. This was if I can get back far enough. This is Batman Adventures, a little Bane and Batman, which it was $9. And I figure I'm just gonna open it, show him off. So we got a nice little Batman figure. He is holding a shield. I just kind of put his armor on there. Nice little cape that clips in the back. And we got a big old Bane. Bane looks awesome. He looks better than the Batman, I think. Looks freaking awesome. Very, very cool. But that's it for my recent toy haul. You know, I hope you guys liked what you saw. I do think, you know, my favorite part of the whole haul, well, was, like I said, was this G.I. Joe box set. I mean, that is just so, so cool. Absolutely love it. Of course, Storm Shadow's doing a split there. Van Damme style, I guess. But very, very cool. But that is it for my haul. I hope you guys liked what you saw. You know, let me know if there's anything in here that I, you know, said what, didn't know what it was or whatever. Go ahead, comment, let me know. Definitely help me out, you know. Thanks for watching, guys. You know, like, comment, subscribe. It's all cool. It's all good. See ya.